flu season. I'm sick, got you sneezing. To keep on rhyming, I find new reasons. Yeah, don't diss me, that's treason. Me and my Eve just trying to find Eden. Till then, we keep rolling up trees. Young Dante keep slaying these demons. Mad love for all of my heathens. Switching the flow like Cheerio, here we go. We keep the heads moving around.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It has been a minute since I've had a coffee. When I say minute, I mean it's been 1 or 2 years. But like, we wanted to film a cool intro with the Nespresso machine, and also there's no bulk pre-workout in the house right now. We're at my parents' house for a few days. So what is a man to do?
I told you he drinks coffee.
It's a very loose definition of drinking coffee. It's not bad though. Anyway, today we're gonna sit down and do a Q&A video for y'all. I asked you to send me your best questions on Instagram, and let's just say we got some pretty interesting questions.
Nothing was off limits.
All right, if you could change one thing about yourself, what does the other person think it would be? So if I could change something about Julia, what would it be? I feel like we're gonna have opposite answers here. I already know what Julia's answer is. I wish Julia could be calm and chill when we have upcoming plans, because once it gets like 2 hours before we're supposed to meet someone, or 2 hours before a movie we're supposed to see, every 5 minutes I get these warnings. You know, we got an hour 45 left, we got an hour 40 left, we got an hour 35 left.
Okay. So these warnings came in place because when, say we had dinner plans at 8 o'clock, we were supposed to be at dinner at 8 o'clock. I'm going to his office at 7:45 and the man is not dressed. He has not done his hair, and he's literally like, I'm like, we have to leave now. And he's like, yeah, give me 5 more minutes. He's always late. It drives me up a wall.
So to answer the question, I'd make Julia more laid back with plans.
I'd make him have some sense of time.
How did you end up picking Texas when you moved from Boston? All right, so I was born South Shore, south of Boston, grew up there, went to Boston University, and ever after I graduated, I was planning on moving because like it's cold as hell in Boston. It gets dark at like 4 p.m. in the winters. It's just like not a great quality of life. But every time I was about to pull the trigger, either I'd meet a girl or like I'd go and visit Spain for 6 months because I have family there. It's beautiful in Spain. And then I'd get back and be like, well, I guess I'll stay a little bit longer. Now, I met Julia when I was 27 years old in Boston, and after we dated for like a year and a half, we both agreed we wanted to move, and I was stuck between Austin, Texas or San Diego, both dope spots.
Yeah, and I got my master's in therapy, and for my licensure in California, I would have to do another year of school, and I did not want to do that, so we chose Austin, Texas.
By the way, probably best decision of my life. Like, I love Texas. I feel like a Texan now.
I haven't picked up on the y'all shit yet.
She ain't a Texan. What's your dream car?
Ooh, a Q8.
A Q8?
Isn't that what it's called?
It used to be a G-Wagon.
Yeah, but now have you guys seen the Q8?
What about it's like the RS Q8 is pretty dope. That's like the beastliest car.
Like gray, matte black.
Man, ever since I've seen that like black RS Q8, that's what I want. Like, not matte black.
He's copying me.
You stole mine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's not my dream car. This blueberry colored Honda that my mom drives. Julia, did you know that 2 out of every 3 guys experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35?
What about women?
What do you mean, what about women? We're talking about male pattern baldness. Y'all know I'm 30 years old now. I've always had kind of a high hairline. I don't think I've started to lose hair yet, but like it's definitely something I'm keeping a close eye on, because the best way to prevent hair loss is to act before it's too late. And that's why I decided to partner with Keeps to be the sponsor of today's video. Now, there's a reason why Keeps has like by far the most 5-star reviews versus any of its competitors. Not only do they offer the only 2 FDA approved products for hair loss at a super affordable price, but they make it so easy. Like, you don't have any awkward visits to the doctor. You don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. You can literally do your doctor visit online, and then they're gonna send you a 3-month supply of the medication that's right for you, right to your doorstep, and that's it. You can get started. So bro, if you've been noticing you're starting to lose hair, like this is an opportunity to do something about it. All you have to do is go to keeps.com/beast or click that first link in the description to get a special offer on Keeps treatment. Go check it out. You already know, whenever we're visiting my parents' North Carolina, we gotta make a stop at the OG Krispy Kreme, the original Krispy Kreme. The funny thing is my parents live by the original Krispy Kreme, and I grew up kind of close to the original Dunkin' Donuts. Krispy Kreme's better though.
No, Dunkin's is so much better. Their coffee is on point.
Yeah, but this is okay, donuts at Krispy Kreme are better. Coffee and breakfast sandwiches are better at Dunkin' because they don't have those here. So I went with a couple of the original glaze. These are the OG, the best donuts ever. I'm also trying out this special Reese's one they got. Julie's trying out the strawberry one. And we had to bring protein shakes in these funny water bottles because my parents don't have shaker bottles and donuts don't have protein. Now, this is not supposed to be like a healthy meal by any means, so no hateful comments down below, all right? Like a 7 out of 10. The glaze is better, to be honest. Has there been one moment in each of your lives that made you reconsider everything? So when I worked my first job as a software engineer, I'd say after about 6 months of going to work, I kind of had the realization that like everything I've done up until this moment, going to school, applying for jobs, has set me on this path where now, my path in life is that I'm gonna be doing this every single day for 20 or 30 years, driving to work, getting at work at 8, working behind a desk for someone else, going home. And I was already like not happy with it. And that was so scary to me. Like I was horrified of my future at that point. And that was, at first what kind of motivated me to quit the job, become a personal trainer, and start experimenting with YouTube and stuff.
Mine was similar to his. I got my master's in therapy, and when we moved to Texas, I got a job working at a school, and I didn't love it. And I remember calling my mom and crying on the phone and being like, did I just waste my whole life getting my master's in this? I need to use it. I'd feel so guilty if I wasn't using it. And she told me, you know what, it's just gonna make you a better mom, so don't worry about it. And then I found my passion working for David, and I'm so happy. Yeah, man, for me, a big lesson I've learned is like, just because you've invested a lot of time into something in your past, like it doesn't mean you have to keep wasting time doing that in the future. It's kind of cliche, but it's never too late to change. Buckus. First impression of each other. Ooh, so what was your first impression of me? Damn, son, where have you been hiding? I just thought he was so cute, and I was like, why is this man single? And I realized how awkward I was on a first date. But he was super confident and came up and gave me a hug, and I was like, I got good feels about this guy.
Oof. So I wish I could be as positive. She flaked on our first date plans, right? So my first impression was like, oh man, another one of these girls who just kind of likes texting, but isn't really trying to meet up. She's trying to get some validation. That being said, when we actually met up, my first impression was like, damn, I am so attracted to this girl. And I remember on our first date, she was wearing this really baggy, I kept calling it your grandma sweater.
Okay, it was cold out. We were in Boston. It was winter. Like, what am I supposed to wear?
But I knew it was underneath, so it wasn't a big deal. Life without bulk. Beta power? Beta power? Isn't that like an oxymoron? It's not bad. Does Julia have plans to restart her YouTube, and what's her job at How to Beast?
So for the first part, no, I don't have any plans to start my YouTube. And the second part, how I like to describe it is like, he's Batman, I'm Robin.
That's not bad. Julia wears so many different hats. She has so many different
I'm like the sidekick.
She has so many different responsibilities. Her main responsibility is Edge, designing clothing and working with our suppliers. But she's been doing so many other things that we actually have recently hired another full-time employee.
Don't tell him yet.
I'm not going to go into more details about that, but
stay tuned.
Big things coming. So unfortunately, gyms in North Carolina still closed. My parents don't really own any workout equipment.
So we found this dope outdoor gym.
And we're going to be doing a workout from the Bodyweight Beast program, which is part of the Beastly app. Now, that program's designed like just if you have a pull-up bar at home. Obviously, we have like a dip bar and some other cool stuff out here. So we're going to switch it up, take advantage of what we got.
Come alive. Can you come alive? Can you do it right? come alive. Tonight is night, come alive. Come alive. A new season. Go to hell, I'm through pleasing. Yeah, niggas can't see I transform and try to hit me with that Louis Stevens. I'm about to get mean and new meaning. Mouth shut, he freezing, he Mr. Bean. And then for that screen, I've been scheming. Need it in all black when you see him. This is that. Wake your ass up and get to that bag today.
Gains.
Bruh.
Workout complete. Friday's a nice bodyweight workout. I haven't done a bodyweight workout in a minute. I don't mind it. I'm not gonna be giving up the gym, but I don't mind it. How do you balance having a relationship while grinding for what you want in life? Man, this question reminds me, like, back, 4 or 5 years ago, y'all know the homie Dave, me and him, we had our little kind of circle of entrepreneurs, and we had this saying that, like, you're either crushing it with girls or you're crushing it with business, but you're not doing both. And the kind of, what was behind this was like, either you're investing a lot of time to going on dates with girls, approaching girls, swiping online dating, which takes realistically, a few nights per week minimum, or you're really prioritizing your business growth, but it's really hard to do both. The harsh truth is that it takes like years of dedicated, consistent, hard-ass work if you want to make money for yourself and build up different revenue streams. And it's really hard to take time away from that and still be successful. And honestly, that does lead to some problems between me and Julia from time to time.
Yeah, we definitely struggle with that. And especially since I work for him, I feel like we find ourselves just waking up talking about business and going to bed talking about business. And we don't have a lot of time for just like us and our relationship.
Yeah, recently we actually just had a kind of a deep discussion how we need to set boundaries between our work life and our personal life. Because while we haven't really like sacrificed our time in the bedroom, if you know what I'm saying, we have kind of sacrificed like our romantic life, if that makes sense. Like if we're not grinding, we're either just like laying around exhausted watching Netflix or going at it in the bedroom.
And it's hard. It's hard to have a romantic life when you have so much work at home, but that is definitely something that we need to be better about, like maybe planning romantic dinners or things like that.
Yeah, that's also another reason we hired someone to kind of take that load off of us. But to answer the question, I don't have a good answer. This is still something I'm struggling with. I almost feel like you kind of have to sacrifice other areas of your life to crush it in business, and then periodically you have to take a little break from business and kind of catch everything back up to speed. So today my mom must have told us like, 10 times? You guys gotta go to the Quarry. You guys gotta go film at the Quarry. It's the best place to Quarry. It's the best place to film. And look, when I'm playing Warzone, I don't know about you, but I hate dropping in Quarry because I always seem to get killed. It's pretty cool here though. Look, we got like rocks down there, some type of water. It's got this bridge up here. You can kind of see downtown Winston-Salem over those trees.
I feel like even if you did drop in here, you'd probably be dead.
Yeah, never drop in Quarry. How shocked were you when David proposed?
Ooh, I was very shocked. He proposed in February in Tulum.
Yeah, y'all already saw the video.
And I wanted it earlier, or at least I thought it was gonna come earlier.
Every girl always wants it earlier. They want it ASAP.
And so we filmed the first video in Tulum and it didn't happen, so I just assumed he wasn't going to propose in Tulum. So I remember calling my sister and being like, he's not proposing, like I don't know when it's gonna be, like maybe he's just gonna propose in Austin. So when he did end up proposing, I was completely shocked. I had no idea.
Yeah, I strategically made sure the first video we filmed there, I didn't do it because I knew she might be expecting that. And then I pretended like we were filming a different type of video.
He had some nerve.
I wasn't trying to rush it. I wanted it to be special. I really wanted to completely surprise her and shock her, and I wanted it to be a special moment.
It was perfect.
I think mission was accomplished. How has your life changed finance-wise since buying your new house? Well, technically, the builder builds the house then sells it to us, so all that I've done is like put down a $15,000 deposit, so not much, but obviously the house is going to be ready in December, so a little bit before that, I'm going to have to put a down payment down, which is probably going to be like $100,000, and then I have to mortgage the rest, which is basically just like a 30-year loan. But that being said, our mortgage is probably going to come out to about half of the amount that we pay for rent monthly right now in our downtown apartment.
Crazy.
So aside from the down payment, it's actually gonna help our finances, I guess. That being said, I think a lot of people look at like renting as I don't want to throw away my money and waste my money. But you got to realize that like they take care of the maintenance for our place. We don't have to pay property tax, and we've been able to use our downtown Austin apartment for like creating amazing content for the video. So like it's an investment. If you don't know where you want to live long term, I don't think it's intelligent to buy a house. Like renting's amazing because it allows you to stay flexible and very quickly make, you know, big life changes. So in the spirit of North Carolina fast food, not healthy food, we're gonna try out Cookout. I've never had this before, but every time I film a video in North Carolina and don't get Cookout, people are like, yo, you gotta try Cookout, you gotta try Cookout. So we're gonna try Cookout. So very strange first impression because you pick up the food on the passenger side. I guess you can't come to Cookout alone. That's like a rule. You gotta have at least one person if you come to Cookout.
And the sketchy part too was when we were driving and getting off the exit, there was all the fast food places and they did not mention Cookout. I'm a little skeptical.
So I got this tray with a burger with some like massive pickles on here, French fries, some chicken nuggets on the side, and I'm actually pretty excited about this pink lemonade. Julia got
quesadilla.
A kind of sad looking chicken quesadilla.
I bit it, not them.
All right, so compared to other fast food restaurants, the burger is actually 8 out of 10. Fries are a solid 7 out of 10. Nugget is like 6.5 out of 10. So we're gonna go with the average, like 7 out of 10. I mean, if there was this next to McDonald's, like, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. What is the scariest thing about your move to Houston? Let me go. Leaving Taco way behind. You know, they say that like breakups are the hardest thing psychologically to process. And me and Taco Way, we've been taking it steady, man. Like 2-3 days a week. We see each other pretty consistently. Maybe
he's not joking.
We've been scaling things up a little bit. The guys there know me. They know me by name. I call it in, and they're like, "David, right?" I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'll be over in a minute.
On a more serious note,
that was pretty serious.
I think I'm gonna miss Austin. Like, we've built like a little community here. I feel like we've met a lot of good people in our building, and it was easy to meet people because we were downtown. And moving to Houston, it's gonna be starting all over. We're living in a neighborhood. I just feel like we're not gonna meet as many people, so that makes me nervous.
I actually have more friends in Houston than Austin, but I am gonna miss like our routine in Austin, like having the drone shots downtown. Our gym is dope. Our whole little, like, you know, our routine, we're gonna have to rebuild that. All right, so there's a lot of questions asking for YouTube tips and advice. I'm gonna answer one of them. Do you think anyone can be a successful YouTuber and leave their 9-to-5 if they try? So here's the thing, YouTube's a very competitive platform, right? I started like 3.5 years ago in 2017. It was already extremely popular at that time, but over the last 3 years, it's gotten even more exponentially popular and competitive. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be successful. Like, obviously, new channels that get popular and pop up out of nowhere every single week. But you need your videos to stand out, man. If your videos are not very engaging or entertaining, like, people are not gonna keep watching them. You're gonna have a low average watch time, and the YouTube algorithm's very quickly just gonna stop recommending your videos to people. So my main advice to new YouTubers or people who aren't seeing the results they want is to like genuinely try and make every video that you upload better than the last one. Maybe the editing's a bit better, maybe your on-screen presence is better, maybe the flow of the video is better, because if your videos are always getting incrementally better, eventually, at some point, assuming you are doing this, they're going to get to a point where people can't really ignore them. People are going to want to watch them, and they're going to want to come back and watch the next one, and that's when you're going to start to gain some traction. That being said, we're going to wrap this video up right here. Thank you guys for joining us for a day here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Thanks, guys.
I'm going to wrap this video up in the Cookout parking lot. We're actually across the street in the State Farm parking lot. There was a lot of sketchy people at Cookout today. But if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much, bro. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, click subscribe and turn notifications on, because I drop 2 new videos every single week and you do not want to miss them. I will talk to all of y'all in Texas in the next video. Stay beastly.